All right, so we're continuing to work on rotations, and I need you guys to just kind of stick with me through this. Get some tracing paper. This would make it a lot easier. So just really pay close attention. I'm going to try to talk us through this. It says we're going to rotate the figures at right 90 degrees, then 180, excuse me, then 270. So let's just start here with 90 degrees. At the right 90 degrees, not right 90 degrees. We're going to do it clockwise. Okay, so we're rotating clockwise. So what we're doing is we're pretending, again, our center of rotation's right here, that we're connecting these points and we're spinning it, right? We're spinning it around. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, don't write this down yet. We're spinning these points around, right? Like think of them as attached to the origin. So again, if it's 90 degrees, okay, I'm going to move this down here to the point 1, -2. Okay, see how that creates a 90-degree angle? Okay, moving this 90 degrees. Now, if I want to do the same thing with this point here, right? Okay, I would want to slide that one down here. I know I'm cheating a little bit because I'm looking at this is 6 and this is 6, but do you see how that's also a 90-degree angle? Okay. Now, if I wanted to do C, now C is a little bit different here, right? I want to create a 90-degree angle out this way. That's how we're going to create our 90-degree angle here. Oops. Okay, so if you didn't write anything down yet, that's fine. Okay, here's how I came up with these points. I'm going to call this A prime. This one down here is B prime. And this one over here is C prime. And I'm going to connect them so we can see this triangle. Okay, so a lot of times when people do rotations, they don't think of it, they think of it just moving a quadrant. So they just kind of move this ABC down to quadrant 4 here because we're going clockwise, but you're actually spinning it around. That's why I kind of showed you that 90-degree angle thing here. But when I was doing it, I was cheating a little bit because I knew that my ordered pairs had to be involved somehow. Here's what I mean. This is the point 2, 1 right here. Okay, so I knew there was going to be a 2 and a 1 positive or negative involved. So when you see when I was moving it, that's why I came down here to 1, -2. Now B right here, same thing. I knew this was at 6, 1. So if I was spinning it around here, I knew it had to have 6 and a positive or -1 involved. So that's why I brought it down here. And so B prime is at the point 1, -6. And then C, which is at the point 4, 7, comes over here to 7, -4. So if we look at what happened here, notice in all of these, basically our x and y switched. 2, 1, 1, -2. 6, 1, 1, -6. 4, 7, 7, -4. So xy goes to, again, you want to make sure this is clear because this is going to help you out big time. We're going to switch our x and y around, but notice whatever the x value was became its opposite. So our new point is going to be y, the opposite of x. Y, the opposite of x. And that's what we're going to write here in our text box. X and y values switch. X becomes opposite sign. And I'm going to spell sign right. Okay? All right. So that is for a 90-degree clockwise, and then notice they said 270 degrees counterclockwise, right? All right, so let's move to this next one kind of quicker. I'm just going to draw the ordered pairs here. We're doing 180-degree clockwise, so that would mean A was going from through the origin 180 degrees, which is a straight line. Okay, so there is going to be A prime. B is going to come through here and be at 6, -1, or -6, -1. There's B prime. And C is going to come through the origin down to -4, -7. Okay. And this, oh, I'm not doing prime. I'm going to do double primes for these. These are double primes. Just to differentiate between this one, C, double prime. Okay. Okay, so again, we just like swung it around. It's a straight line through there. So A and A double prime now, again, I'm just so it looks different than these points, is now at -2, -1. B double prime again, trying to write a little bit clearer, picking my pen up, is at -6, -1. And C double prime is at -4, -7. Now this one is a little bit easier. Notice all we did was make X its opposite and Y its opposite. So for 180 clockwise or counterclockwise, our points are going to go to the opposite of whatever X value is and the opposite of whatever the Y value is. I'm just going to say X and Y values become maybe opposite signs. Okay, that's the easy one. So if it's 180, either clockwise or counterclockwise, opposite signs. All right, and then finally, get a new color here, green. Okay, we're going to rotate this either 270 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees counterclockwise. So we're using that same thought here, right? Creating that 90-degree angle. I'm going to call this A triple prime, and then B. Oh, let me get B right here. Sorry, nope, that's going to go here and here. B triple prime. And then C is going to come here. That's C triple prime. Okay. And again, notice it's the same figure, same shape, same size. It's just rotated, either 270 degrees or counterclockwise or 90 degrees counterclockwise. All right, so A is going to go -1, 2, A triple prime. B triple prime is going to become -1, 6. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not doing a good job of picking up my pen on my paper here. And then C triple prime is going to be -7, 4. So notice what happens. We're switching them again. 6, 1, 1, 6, 4, 7, 7, 4. Our coordinate notation here. But this time we're not making our X opposite, we're making our Y value opposite. We're switching these two, but this one here that's a Y becomes a negative. So in our own words, we would say X and Y values switch. And then Y becomes the opposite. All right. Okay, so just to finish up quickly here, so these are really important, guys. It's going to help you be able to figure it out without having to try to just look and figure it out. Okay, so real quick, if we look here, the coordinates below represent rotations. Use what you've learned today to describe what the rotation occurred. Okay, well, notice here, we switch them. 9 and 8 becomes 8 and 9. All right, our 9 becomes its opposite. That was the x value. Remember, this is x and this is y. So this becomes y first, and x is the opposite of x. So which one of these? Right here, right? So I'm going to say that's 90 degrees clockwise or 270 degrees clockwise, but I'm just going to write one for the sake of time. Okay, this one here, this is the x value, this is the y value. If I look at them, they switch. No, they don't switch. I lied, sorry. They actually stay the same. No, they don't. They switch. Wow, sorry guys. This becomes the y and this is the x. The x stays the same, but the y becomes its opposite. So when I look up here, which one has my y opposite first? That's a 270 degree clockwise or 90 degree counterclockwise. All right, this one here, x, y. This one stays x and y, except they became the opposite sign. Notice it was negative, so you don't just make it negative, it becomes the opposite sign right here. And that's 180 degree clockwise. Okay. All right. Do rotations preserve or change the orientation of the figure? The figure is facing, it's facing a different direction. So the orientation is definitely changed. Do the rotations preserve or change the orientation of the vertices? Well, the vertices, if I go this way, A, B, C, I'm going counterclockwise, right? Look at A, B, C, counterclockwise. A, B, C, counterclockwise. A, B, C, counterclockwise. So even though the figure is facing a different direction, our vertices are still going the same way clockwise or counterclockwise. So that's preserved. All right, so again, take a second to summarize today's lesson. Again, as always, rotations are distance preserving, segment length preserving, and they're also angle measure preserving. Figure is not getting any bigger or any smaller.